Shocking time-lapse. How a family's Independence Day turned into disaster in under 45 minutes. Good evening. This is your daily news update, a dramatic, tragic breakdown of how a 4th of July celebration in Central Texas escalated into one of the deadliest flash floods in decades. At least 51 lives lost, dozens still missing, including young campers from Camp Mystic. Amid images that seem ripped from a disaster film, we bring you a minute-by-minute account of the flood that no one saw coming. Welcome to National Press Today, your daily source for the most compelling headlines and breaking news in just minutes. Stay informed, stay ahead. On July 4, 2025, families in Kerr County, Central Texas, celebrated Independence Day along the banks of the Guadalupe River. Among them was Kelsey Crowder, peacefully filming an outdoor gathering near a small stream just before 6 p.m. Little did they know, nature was preparing a sudden, devastating surge. Starting at 5:43 p.m., the TikTok clip shows a calm, shallow flow, barely more than a trickle. By 6:11 p.m., that trickle transformed into a steadily flowing river. Then at 6:13 p.m., just 2 minutes later, a violent torrent erupts. Within 45 minutes of that calm scene, floodwaters had risen into a raging wall, sweeping away trees, land, and structures. By 6:31 p.m., the flood was in full force, dark, muddy, engulfing everything. The video ends near 6:45 p.m., just as a helicopter flies overhead, presumably arriving to document or assist. This eerie timeline underscores how quickly a quiet riverbank turned into a death trap in less than 1 hour. Early reports confirmed 51 deaths, including 15 children and 27 girls missing from Camp Mystic by July 5. As search continued into July 6, the confirmed death toll climbed to at least 82, with 28 children among the deceased and approximately 41 still unaccounted for across multiple counties. Camp Mystic reportedly housed about 750 campers before flooding hit near dawn. July 3rd, around 1:18 p.m. CDT, the National Weather Service issues a flood watch, warning of 1 to 3 inches of rain, possibly more in isolated areas. Early hours of July 4, the WPC issues a mesoscale precipitation discussion, anticipating flash flooding overnight. 4:03 a.m., a flash flood emergency is issued for Hunt and Ingham, urging residents to seek higher ground as rain intensifies rapidly. Between 5:15 and 6:45 a.m., the Guadalupe River surges from under 2 feet to over 34 feet in Kerrville, a dramatic rise that overwhelmed nearby camps, including Camp Mystic. Meanwhile, video footage later captured near 6 p.m. shows the full aftermath. Within less than an hour, the calm waters became a catastrophe. These conditions were not entirely unexpected. Central Texas is known as Flash Flood Alley due to seasonal soil and terrain prone to rapid flooding. Yet sensor coverage and warning infrastructure lagged behind needed upgrades. Kerr County had applied for grants as early as 2018 to install sirens, but proposals were repeatedly deferred due to cost concerns. Camp Mystic, a Christian girls' camp founded in 1926 and operating continuously for nearly a century, was hosting 750 campers aged 8 to 17 at the time. The youngest campers slept in cabins dangerously close to the river's banks. As thunder cracked in the early hours, counselors broke windows to evacuate the youngest girls. Water poured in from 2 directions, swirling around cabins like a toilet bowl, according to longtime staff. In the chaos, camp director Richard Dick Eastland, who had led the camp since 1974, died attempting to save the youngest girls, found later in a vehicle with 3 children he tried to shield. At least 5 campers age 8 or 9 died, including Lila Bonner and Eloise Peck. By July 6th, only 11 girls and 1 counselor remained missing. Search and rescue teams operated tirelessly over July 4 through 6. Over 850 people were rescued within 36 hours, using helicopters, boats, and drones. Family members gathered at reunification centers, like an elementary school in Ingram, praying and pleading for information. Many expressed frustration over lack of communication and disorganized reunification efforts. On July 6, President Trump signed a major disaster declaration, deploying federal aid including FEMA and the Coast Guard. Governor Greg Abbott declared extended emergency status for Kerr County and other affected areas.
Critics quickly pointed to budget cuts to NOAA and the National Weather Service during Trump's previous administration, which may have impaired early warning capabilities. Kerr County lacked modern alert systems. People reported not receiving flash flood warnings via phone or sirens. One commenter online stated, "They got rid of the National Weather System, so those alerts were not sent out." Experts assert that a flood warning system costing under $1 million could have provided critical lead time. A larger mitigation plan, $9.5 million, is pending, but has yet to be fully funded. Central Texas has a tragic history of flash floods. In 1987, a flood along the Guadalupe claimed at least 10 lives near Comfort. In 1998 and 2002, further catastrophic events occurred, including 31 deaths in 1998 and 19-plus inches of rain in 2002. Yet proposed safety upgrades remained incomplete into the 2020s. The July 2025 flood is likely to rank among the deadliest U.S. floods in a century, possibly surpassing many historic disasters in both speed and devastation. Public sentiment quickly turned to grief, shock, and outrage. Social media amplified grief-stricken pleas for missing loved ones and sparked angry debates over the lack of warning infrastructure. Many blamed political leadership for neglecting flood preparedness. Quotes from community: "Imagine if there was a way to warn people in advance." Texas didn't have a weather advisory because that fool cut the budget of the National Weather Service. Families criticized the delay in evacuations, while others questioned the choice to stay despite rising water signs. Yet many stories also highlighted heroic actions, from counselors breaking windows to children clinging to floating mattresses. What began as an ordinary Independence Day celebration became a swift, heartbreaking catastrophe. In less than 45 minutes, what appeared safe turned into devastation. While rescue efforts continue, the human toll is staggering. Over 82 lives lost, dozens still missing, and countless families forever changed. As Texas mourns, national scrutiny intensifies over policy failures, infrastructure gaps, and whether this tragedy could have been mitigated. One thing is clear: in Flash Flood Alley, preparedness can't be delayed. If this story made you think, hit heart like, drop a comment, and repeat share it. Don't forget to pin subscribe to National Press Today for more stories that keep you informed, aware, and ahead.